Okay, sorry about that. There was a phone call that came in, which was pretty much my father. And so, unfortunately, he bypasses my do not disturb, and hopefully he doesn't call a second time, which means then I lost you. So here we are again at round 2. I'm so sorry. Let's try that again. I'm going to make sure I'm good to go again. Oh, I hate technology sometimes. It's a love-hate relationship with technology, but that's what happens when you use your phone for everything. And then everything rings. So when someone calls you when you don't want them to call, it's like, ah. Okay, so let's get back to it. So we're back at designing our product of the month, which is Eyelet Blooms, and we're just pretty much assembling again. So we're going to add adhesive to the back of this. Let's get in here. And it was a good time for me to be able to turn off my other light, but not the greatest because now I have split video, which is hard to put back together, by the way. And then we're going to tuck our other flower right beside it. Oh, you know, I was going to do it on top, remember? Okay, so I'm going to slide. Oh, if I can move it. Slide this one up a bit. Oh, and that helps keep this hidden. And then we're going to tuck this one here. We were going to do over top. And I got to make sure this is straight because it wasn't on my first card. It went crooked as I was doing all my tucking. And then this one's going to go in here. So we're going to put a couple mini dimensionals. Good morning, Chris. Thanks for joining me. I noticed you weren't there at the first time, but I just lost internet because I got a phone call and it went through and disrupted everything. So unfortunately, my video got broken up. So now we're back in action. Like that was a little difficult to deal with. So thank you for coming back and joining me a second time. So let's try and get this in here. Sorry, I have to flip it upside down to get my leaves in here. There you go. So I put dimensionals on that one so that it lifts. I didn't do that on that, so I should do that on that. I don't think I even glued that one down because I think I was about to, but then the phone rang. This is where you wish you had like fancy software, but I don't make enough money through Stampin' Up to have fancy software. I wish I could make enough money to stay home and not have to work and just do Stampin' Up. But I would need more team members and customers to join me to do that. Okay, I think, so yeah, so if you want to help me out and not go back to work, then that is the plan. Okay, so I think 1 is enough. Let's do 1. And then I'm going to grab another dimensional. I'm right-handed, so really this should go over here and put it right there so that way it just stays. Oh, where did I tuck one up here? Let's tuck one up here first. And then I'll tuck the other one down here. So if I don't want to, I can just rip this off like that and put a second one. So please do like, heart, comment, pick whichever one. And then that way I can add you, if you weren't there on the first one, into the draw. And I'll go like that. I think that's okay. I think let's make sure we're straight because I was not straight on my other one, on my first one. It was horrible. Okay, and then now this one here is our sentiment. It's a little bit bigger than what they use, but it's going to go right there, right about there. So we're going to put dimensionals on that one, and I'm going to bring back the bigger ones. So yeah, that's not fun. And I'm not very good at editing, and I don't have fancy software, so I can't link the two videos back together. Just not that savvy. Okay, so this sentiment is a little big, so it's hogging up a lot of that banner, but the pink really makes it pop. Okay, there we go. That's pretty much it. And I like the fact that this is curling up a bit because I have no adhesive there. And then we just need some embellishments. The flowers I'm using is from Lovely Arrangements. I guess I should repeat myself since this is part 2. So we're using the Lovely Arrangements stamp set along with the die. So you just have to use, I kept it to 1, so then that way you don't have to go out and buy 6 million of them. And then, of course, Nested Essentials is what I used for the banner. So I didn't use the banner dies. I used this. And then on Last Chance, we have the rainbow adhesive back dots. These are currently in the Last Chance, I think for $9.80 or something like that. So they have been discounted. And we're going to grab the pink ones. I used these kind of pinkish, orangey. Oh, yeah, these ones are... Let's use the blue. I'm going to use, oh, there's no real green. I'm going to use the yellow. We're going to use yellow and pop that in here to kind of bring out the flowers. Then I'm going to use a big one over here. There, I think that's what they use. I'm going to move this one a bit. I think Stampin' Up! Used yellow. Not sure which ones, but these are the ones I like. So I want to make sure I'm off that pattern, in there, and that's how it looks. So we are done like dinner. So I'm going to show you my really terrible first one with lots of boo-boos. So remember, when you actually use your die, here, that make sure you try and use the edge to get rid of like this edge or this edge. So the long edge on the landscaping edge. So that way you have less holes to deal with. So pretty much on this design, I only have that 2 there that hit. And then here, it pretty much was the same. And then of course my crappy one, where I tried to die cut it after it wasn't already, like I die cut the banner after we die cut the eyelets, and it pretty much looks like it chewed up because I didn't put it in the right spots. Okay, so that is about it for today. Just that little bit, and if my dad could have just waited 10 more minutes, life would be grand. So this was my boo-boo, and you can see I put it crooked. So this time I changed it to 4¼ by 5½. And we still used the same sentiments. And I'm crooked there because my sheet shifted. So here we should be good. And I think we are. So this is the one that you will get in the draw. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed that technique and some of the design. And if you want, just go to my website, nemibatstone.stampinup.net, and look up Eyelet blooms, and you will see one similar to this, which uses I think ephemera and then some big leaves. So unfortunately I didn't have any ephemera, so I chose to use that bundle instead. Thank you, Debbie. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So thanks for joining me, and tomorrow is Thursday, so I'll be back again at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So there's a lot of new stuff coming out and from Stampin' Up, so I hope you caught that in my first half. If not, just go back and you will find out what's happening. And then make sure you're part of my email list because I will be sending one out again today. So have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and happy stamping.